ecology. Let me know when you're ready to record, Mr. Dash.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Uh-oh, Black.
What's good, General?
Oh, there's my brother right there. They together. Y'all over there having fun?
It's showtime. Oh,
y'all should have been two computers. You guys are so funny, bro. I love when they're together. That's the best. They need a TV show. They gotta have a TV show.
Can they like?
Why don't you put this? Why don't you put it this way, so you can have wide? Could do that. So maybe you and there you go.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Mr. Dash and OG Rider, Jay Black. I want to start off by giving a big shout out to Mayor Tamir, Mayor Ted Green of East Orange, New Jersey. He's one of the greatest statesmen out there. Yeah, he's been there for me and my family through the death of my father. He's there for the death of my mother too. So I definitely want to give a big shout out to Mayor Ted Green of East Orange. I just got the phone with him, but Mr. Dash, he's real, man, and that's somebody we can work with and build with.
That sounds good.
Good things of y'all.
Right. So we can hear you, OG. OG, we can hear you. All right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, to me, the purpose of us getting on these conversations and for people to see it is, these are two families that are coming together. You have graciously extended your family to Yah Squad, and I feel their presence in their army, and I appreciate everything that they're doing. And, they're fighting for a cause, it's love, and it seems like they also fight for each other, and that's dope. And I thought it was important that you understood and met my family, And I've known Jay Black since we were like 15, 14, I don't know. We've been through everything. The movie Paid in Full, he was the main source of information as it related to the legitimacy of it, and we've been through a lot. But the funny thing is, I've known him for well over 20, 30 years. And I say this because people say I'm a very argumentative guy, a very emotional guy. Me and Jay Black in 20 years, did business, did everything, have never gotten into 30 years, never got into an argument, And we've always been brothers. And no matter if he had the plug, he always passed it to me when we were younger. And when I had the plug, I always passed it to him. And, he's a stable in the community. He moved to North Carolina, started programs, has a real estate business. Like, when there's problems in that town, they come to him to solve them, And he put his kids through college. Basically, a person from an extreme circumstance, he's like the poster child dream guy. And above and beyond that, he's really a really good friend and a good brother. And he's the one that, he knows me. I don't want to meet nobody. I don't want to see no niggers. I don't want to know nobody. And he was like, yo, I think you should kick it with OG. He's different. He like us. And that is he barely cosigns people like that. And it was once I found out everything, I was like, God damn, that's a real cosign right there. And since then, OG has become family. You know what I mean? So, so we all have different kinds of families, but at the end of the day, we all fight for love. So I felt like we should come together and, based on our experiences, teach other people how to learn from it and continue that fight for love, but make that love profitable so our families don't have to keep fighting for survival all the time. And that's what we're trying to do.
I'm all for that,
And in this time that we have, time to focus, it's time because, I've been working on the level 7 for like 4 or 5 years now. We have so much content, but there's so many things we have to do, and there's so many different, all of us do other things separately, and we're together, we do things. So it's hard for us to all come together. That's why when I see them together, I be cracking up, because it's like, It's like gangster summer camp. Man. Those guys, those are the funniest guys together, man. I'm telling you, man.
They got jokes.
They got some.
We got jokes.
They have so much fun. I love seeing that. And you know, but the brotherhood is strong. And above and beyond anything, it's like brotherhood first. You know, and it's funny how you don't have to know somebody for a long period of time, but if you meet somebody with the same set of principles, it's like you guys become family, like you have a relationship for 30 years. So it seems like we all have the same ideals, you know, and I know we all have experiences to share, and I know we can learn from them. And, you know, Bishop, it's like one conversation with OG, like the Holy Ghost caught you and you had a prayer that summed up his whole life. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did that happen, you know? So that's why
I still got to stick you up. I got to still stick you up, Mr. Dash, you know?
You know? Yeah, so,
I got to hit you up with a prayer, brother, you know?
I'll take a prayer. Shit, if it wasn't that good, I'll take it.
Well, it's coming, bro. It's coming. I already got like 150 people praying for you right now, you know?
I appreciate it. And I can feel it.
Just to tell you how I flow, you know? So when you came to New Jersey, you know, I assigned who was going to be your bodyguard, you know what I'm saying? Who was going to be with you and do it all. I assigned Apostle Kelvin. I told him, like, look, your job is to pray for Rocky, you know? And Apostle Kelvin, he prayed for Rocky. I didn't have anybody pray for you because, that's don't take it the wrong way. That's the setup, you know? I want you to get to know me before I pray for you, you know what I'm saying? And so forth and so on. With OG Ryder, I mean, I just couldn't hold it back, you know? It was just that real. And it was on time. So the thing is that Apostle Calvin prayed for Rocky, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, things started to go behind the net. And there's certain personal things between me and you. And we got all that up in prayer, you know, in your family. We got about 50 people praying for Boogie. You know what I'm saying? It's all designed, man, because like I said before, it didn't begin with you, man. It actually is with your mom and then before that, you know.
I meant to tell you, how did you know about my mom? We never talked about that.
Man, you know, what you say, the Holy Ghost, man. You know, I mind my whole business. Yo, Mr. Dash, I still got the whole word right here, brother, about your mom, you know. And what's so deep about it is when I get it, I write. But I never read it back to you, and I never read it back, and I need permission. You know, I need you to give me permission, and then I'll read it. But anyway,
well, how did you know? What about the name? How you know my mother's name and all that?
Man, okay, check it out, right? My wife she's my informant. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Jay Black? My wife is my informant. So
what's up, my brother?
You'll be throwing out names, Mr. Dash, and I'm just honest. I'm like, I don't know that person. I'm like, I know that person. You know, when you said about Stevie J, was it Stevie J? I was like, I don't know Stevie J more. Like, what's wrong? You crazy? I don't know fake medicine. Stevie J. See, hey, but not only that, Mr. Dash, I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I was praying, because yo, OG Ryder, Jay Black, this here it is. So before I met Dame Dash, Mr. Dash, I was praying in my basement. You know what I'm saying? So I'm praying in my basement, and in my basement, I see the CEO of University Hospital. My sister works there. I see the CEO, then I see Jay-Z, then I see Beyonce, right? And then I see Mr. Dash, you know what I'm saying? I saw Dame Dash. So my wife showed me a picture. I'm like, that ain't who I saw in my basement, you know what I'm saying? Because I went to tell her because, I keep to myself, you know? But anyway, when my wife had showed me a picture of Mr. Dash, I'm like, that's not who I saw. But when she showed me a picture of Mr. Dash with Aaliyah, I think you had a Knicks. You had a Knicks thing on and a cap. I was like, that's who I saw. So I saw a young Dame Dash, you know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I saw. And that's when I met you in my office, Mr. Dash. I was asking you, what's the difference between the younger you and the older you know? And the reason that I call you Mr. Dash, one, because I'm older than you, okay? So I want to always respect you, you know what I'm saying? I'm older than you, know? I'm older than all of y'all. So I call you Mr. Dash because I always want to keep that level of respect, you know what I'm saying? But that's where it all began. Now, I didn't even know all of that. Then here comes Do It All, you know, me and Do It All, we chopping it up, and he's in my office, and then he was like, He's like, yo, I'm gonna have Mr. Dash come up here. He said, I'm gonna have him come out to service. Do you want him to come out on a Wednesday, or Friday, or a Sunday? I'm like, what? If you have him come out on a Sunday, man, you know? And then my sister was like, what? Do it all to bring him to the office right now. You know, tell him to bring him to the office because you in New York City. You know, Doc is gangster. You know what I'm saying? My sister, you know, you know what you dealt with her, Mr. Dash. I mean, she's like, bring him to the office. Bring him in right now. So then Do It All called you, and what you and Do It All was talking about was the senators. You're talking about Trump, and we had just spoken that everything that you and Do It All spoke about is what we got in Monday Night Prayer. And that's when Do It All was like, yo, I want you to come with me Sunday. And you're like, yo, I ain't coming to no church, man. Don't play with me. I ain't coming to no church. You know, and I got mad respect for Do It All, you know, and so forth, because, you know, he made it happen, bro. You know, I wasn't, and then he gonna throw out there like, yo, y'all want to perform with Black Guns? I'm like, what? I'm like, man, you ain't gotta ask me nothing like that, man. You talking about Dame Dash? I'm like, yeah, we want to perform, you know. But Do It All, he made it all happen, you know. But it's a spiritual thing. But of everybody that I prayed for, I met you first. You know what I'm saying? But it's all going to pan out, you know, and so forth and so on. But that's who I am. And you know, eventually, OG Writer, I got people that I want you to meet, because your whole story, don't take the wrong way, but I've heard your story before from people in my ministry. You know what I'm saying? And Brother Righteous, you know, that old article and so forth. But he was going to do a bid because he was going to let his brothers go down. You know, he took everything. You know, and then when he went to court, you know, the lawyer told him, yo, you gonna tell the judge you're innocent. Yo, so it's a blessing, because you know you had the lawyer telling him, you know, basically to lie. You know, and you know, he got out, bro. He got out. You know, he did. I mean, that's a crazy testimony. And he's been with me to Africa. He's now married to a principal. And but you know, his wife, who is very, 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 like, his wife is like a daughter. I've known her since she was 13, but she was carjacked. You know what I'm saying? She was carjacked in like 2018. You know, put a pistol to her head. You know, carjacked and took a car right out of the driveway of her home. And then he was at work, so they called me. I went up there. I was about to get into a fight with the cop. But then when he came home, you know, yo, I tried to talk to the brother. He went out and got a gun looking for the people, you know. He was looking for people to kill him. And I was like, yo, man, you can't do that now, man. You know, at the time, his wife was pregnant, you know. I'm like, yo, man, you got a whole new family. But the honor code, he was like, I know people on the street. Yo, he couldn't let that slide. But that was the whole thing, knowing what to let slide. And OG Writer, what I was telling you, Mr. Dash, what I was telling OG Writer, you want to know your target market. You already got your group, but you want to win a whole new target now. You know, in order to win a whole new target market, hey, yo, every story needs a good ending. You know what I'm saying? Every story needs a good ending. You know, and what the good ending does, it gives all of us hope. You know, it gives all of us hope. But Mr. Dash, I just view you as the chosen. You know, especially now that I'm very upset that my dad died. You know, I'm mad that my dad died. I'm mad that he died during the coronavirus. I'm mad because I felt like, you know, we had more to do with my dad. He was my connection, you know, because my dad represented his father, you know, and his father I had mad respect for, you know. I view my father as my big brother, and that's what kept me on good terms with him, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad because I felt that there was more for us to accomplish, more for us to do, and I didn't want my dad to die before me being a millionaire. That's always been my goal, you know. I wanted him to know that I made it. He don't have to worry about me, you know, and so forth. Because my dad always took care of business.
Hey, were we gonna have a bunch of people on? I thought we were gonna have questions, Q&A. Were you gonna have? Was that supposed to be? We were gonna do that one? Or we were all gonna get on and then have people ask questions. Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I was going to touch bases on the fact, it was leading up to what Bishop was saying and what you were saying, how, things lead up and you meet certain people and whatnot. And I think when you say, Bishop, Mr. Bishop, that my story has to have a good ending, believe it or not, my pain and my experiences is the movie. My good ending was me meeting Jay Black and meeting Dave. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, that's what came about, the goodness of it.
Well,
had I not gotten with certain people, it wouldn't be that way.
Well, and that ending became a new beginning. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So, but what I was thinking was, remember, Bishop, we were on the phone when I was on the phone with my friend Noel, and we were talking about so we did that. We did the interview with, Page 6 today and all that. But at the end of the day, what we're going to do is we're all going to make short films. And, celebrities or whatever, from whatever we got, whether you got a phone or a camera, and we're going to do our own little quick stories. I'm a bully because I got the camera. But I was thinking, if we're doing it at that level, it might be a good time for like us and each person to make a short film. You know what I mean? And it could be about whatever you want it to be, experience, something you learn. You can do Shakespeare if you want. But I think everyone should do like a little 5-minute.
And you know what's crazy, Dave? You know what's crazy what you were saying before? I always wanted to touch bases on how me and you met. Because I don't think a lot of people understand how closed off you is, but yet how passionate you is about certain things. And for me and you to meet and how we met, like you always said, if you'd have known, if Black would have told you everything about me, we wouldn't be in this position right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think your natural response will get people to understand, like, now he's not such an asshole, he's not, you get what I'm saying? Because you was caught off guard. Yeah. But it puts you in a moment of your realness had to come out. It's who you are. Is you going to accept real or is you not going to accept real?
Right.
And that your natural reaction, I think in the world, I would love a story of that alone.
Yeah, well,
because people always ask me that. How did you get with Dave? How did you get with Dave?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't intentional. Jay Black introduced you to me through I was doing a party with him, and I guess you were involved with the party some way, shape, or form. But we got cool, and I was spending some time in North Carolina, and Jay Black and had a little movement, so I was like, it's time to let's break the movement. So I was actually doing walkthroughs and stuff. With Jay did for the purpose of promoting all the talent in North Carolina. We're calling it the New North. So we were in Tampa Bay with him, or I forgot where we were. Maybe it was Florida, not Tampa Bay, but Jacksonville. Something happened, and all of a sudden, a whole lot of politics popped out of nowhere. And I'm like, Black, they was like, trying to get me home. And I'm like, Black, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm all right. They get in the car, and I started hearing a whole nother language. So I get in the elevator, I'm like, yo, Black, you a blood? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, nah, but he started explaining things. So we go back to North Carolina, and I got a crib on the lake, a little beach and shit. And we sitting and talking, and OG started telling me that, he was the one that was shooting at Cory Booker, and he did all this time, and I was like, huh? And I was like, it's crazy because, him and I were already cool, and I liked him as, a cool guy. But I was like, bro, if I'd have known that, I would have never, ever. At that point, I wasn't really worried about the politics. It was just like, yeah, goddamn, it's kind of funny that, I kind of like a certain kind of person just because they're ideals. And it also is like, there's probably a lot of people that I wouldn't be around, that I probably should be around, that if I were around, I could find that they could probably be just as smart and intelligent and cool as OG Ryder. But also, after that, and understanding how intelligent he was, it was like, all right, well, let's do some business. Fuck all, if you're strong enough to do all that under these circumstances, imagine what you could do under these circumstances. And I gave him the opportunity, and he did a really good, he did great, you know what I mean? So he's an entrepreneur by nature, and he likes to take care of people other than himself, and literally he'll go to jail over principle, and he'll go to jail for people he loves so they don't have to go to jail. And it's hard to say a guy like that is a bad guy. You understand what I mean? Like, if you're fighting for nothing, you're a moron. But if you're fighting for love and you're fighting for a cause, then it makes you, to me, a warrior. And everyone has a different fight. It just has to be a good fight. So we're all in a fight. But now we have to focus on making it where our fights have no negative collateral damage, you know, because that's the thing. You sacrifice, right? You go to jail so other people don't. You pick up the gun so other people don't. You hustle so other people don't. But what happens is you get hurt so other people don't. We got to figure out how to do shit where we can do things so other people don't, but it don't hurt us, it helps us. You know what I mean? And we can feed the people we love and not have to always worry about that. Because again, every time I talk to him, he ain't never worried about himself. He always worried about the people he got to take care of. You know what I mean? And that's what Jay Black is always worried about. That's what you're always worried about. And that's what I'm always worried about. And that's why guys like us get together to figure out how to help everyone else that we're worried about, that can't do what we do. You know, like if I had to get into his game, I don't think I would have wanted to do that. So it's important that you know what his game is, the recourse, the repercussion, so that people can make that decision. Like, do I want to actually have the knuckles that OG Ryder has? Because that's what comes with it. You know, fucked up hands. You know? And you know what I'm saying? It's like nobody wants that all day. You know? You have to fight. It's physical. You know?
Right.
But honestly, you know, the days turned into months and the months turned into years. And now I've known him for years. He's not a new friend. You know, and he's been consistent. You know, and also when you know someone like that, and everyone does, you know how they react. Because sometimes it's hard to turn that off. Now, if you've been living in a level 7 environment your whole life, how do you know when not to react like you're in a level 7 environment, even when you're not? Your instincts make you do that. So Black and I be the ones that be like, you know what I mean? Even though he does it for himself, but he'll listen and be like, you're right, I'm not in level 7 right now, I got to deal with it different. And that's another thing is, a lot of people at that level don't feel the need to take advice or to apply. You know, they think they got to be too tough to listen. But he actually listens and applies in a way that's positive for a lot of people, and I got to respect that. So that's the reason why I felt like we should get to know each other and get to work, you know, and figure out how all our armies can come together. Yo 100, his 1,000, my whatever, Jay Black's whatever, and we all fight for the same thing, and we keep them out. We become the new game instead of trying to play theirs.
You know what touched me most today, what made me want to listen? Like, a lot of people got to realize and understand my culture for that much of speaking is that someone said something to me when I was in jail, man, when I first met Dr. Shakur. I'd never forget he said something to me that stuck out. Like, he said, you can have all the heart in the world, man, but don't have so much heart to where you don't fear nothing. So I was like, well, if you have heart, you're supposed to not fear nothing, right? He said, nah, you gotta fear something, man. If you don't, you'll just end up being stupid. He said, don't be crazy and stupid, man. You want to be smart and be powerful. And from that moment on, I didn't want to be crazy and stupid. So I always wanted to listen when it made sense to listen. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be powerful. I didn't want to be wild.
Don't breathe
That's
by
how you put it to me. You can be powerful for a while.
Absolutely. But don't breathe by who he was talking to. That's Tupac's father he was locked up with. Like you say it normal, but you was sitting with like some, you know, you got to, you know, maybe explain that real quick so people understand it, because that story bugged me out. About how did you get with Tupac's father and spend time with him? And your first meeting with him and all that.
I got out with Park Father when I got on in California State Penitentiary, Victorville. That's the gang unit for the West Side. So when I get out there, you know, it's crazy. I got put all these rappers cool and all that. Shout out to KD, man. Whoever's in KD family, if y'all watching or whatever happened, man. His real name is, you know, is Down. And Strong Brothers. So when I met him, me and him speaking to each other, and the first thing he asked me was, yo, you got your paperwork? Because, you know, when you out there, people don't even talk to you in the game. And you ain't got your paperwork for 30 days. You got 30 days to produce it. 31 days, really. Your ass getting killed after that 31 days. So within 31 days, nobody's really talking to you if you don't have your paperwork. You get nothing. No hygiene, you don't get shit. I happen to have my paperwork right on my property because I've been down already. I got kicked out of another U.S. penitentiary. So my shit was in my property. So when I handed it to him, on each big unit, you know, it's a big homie. Before you even make your bed, if you was a gang member, before you make your bed and put your property in your room, you gotta produce your paperwork because you might not even stand it. So what the fuck you getting comfortable? I had to get my paperwork up. So when I gave it to him, he asked, "Oh, you from the East Coast, Jersey?" We get to chopping it up. He spoke about Doc right there because if you remember when they put that demonstration down, the Black Panther movement, that was up our way. That was Jersey. So he thought about that, and he automatically said, Doc in it. I said, Doc. He was like, "You ain't never heard of Doc?" I said, "Nah." He started telling me who Doc was. He said, "That's Tupac's father, man. I want you to meet him." I can meet him? He said, "Yeah, hopefully." I ain't know what that hopefully meant. What that hopefully meant was, Doc got to ask to meet you. You can't just walk up and meet Doc. So when I first met him, it was weird, man, because he asked to meet me through what KD told him. And when he asked to meet me, he made me jog to walk and talk to him. We couldn't walk. First off, it was like 50 people around him when I first met him. So it wasn't no just walking up to him. That's real power, man. You just coming up to him like you're 7-Eleven or some shit. He made me jog to take a walk with me. I started walking, but he started jogging. He stopped. I'm thinking, he said, "Walk." He said, "Man, jog, man. You want to talk, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "All right, you got to talk to me and keep up with me. Let's jog." Right then I knew he was different, man. His whole vibe is different. He don't trust nobody. He don't like to be around people having conversations and none of that. And he threw that on me. He said, "I heard about your history. I know who you is, man. You got some solid history with you. Put a lot of work in." He said, "Let me ask you something. You want to be wild or you want to be powerful?" And when I asked that question, he gave me my answer and told me, "You can be wild, man, but you'll end up being stupid. And you'll be in jails like this for the rest of your life. Just wild and stupid." He said, "But if you're going to lead, and you're a leader how I know you're a leader, you'll be powerful." He's like, "But in order to be powerful, you got to listen." And that made me want to listen because I wanted to be powerful. He said, "There ain't nowhere around that. In order to be powerful, he ain't never said you got to talk. He never said no matter how many people I shoot. He never said I got to buck this rule. I got to go against this rule, be ignorant, be hard-headed." He said a word that I thought never even existed under that banner. What does that have to do with powerful? I thought money make you powerful. He said, "Nah, in order to start, you got to first listen, man." And that made me want to calm the fuck down. So when I got around people like you and others like Black, it made sense to listen. And a lot of our generation, my culture itself, we so hard-headed because of what we used to. That's our number one issue. That's why you can't stick us in a program. How are we going to reform ourselves when we don't want to listen?
That's true. Or you don't respect the people.
Change starts with listening, man.
Or you got to respect the people that are talking.
Indeed, and that's where it starts at.
Right.
And that's where it stems from. And I think a lot of people nowadays is just want to talk to our generation. They just want to keep people out the streets, but they don't even realize what they're saying. They don't know how to say it. So when you say something, you misrepresent it. A person don't know how to take that. So the message is wrong.
Well, a person that never had to survive the street, it's hard for them to tell someone that's surviving the street how to. But you've survived a lot of things, and you've survived a lot of things. So it would make sense for them to listen to you because you've actually done it, and applied it. Like you've been through you've been driving in a very fast car, and it's fast, and you've gotten out unscathed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You've been running a very fast whip. You should pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's real though. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And it's not it's nerve-wracking, honestly, but it's something that's real. It's normal, and that's what's scary, bro. It's normal. It's not like I wake up every day and just think violence, violence, violence. But it's like instinctively, you think creatively, and through creativity, I don't mind scaling that thin line. That's why I get my most creative thoughts from, in the toughest of situations, in the hardest of situations. Well, I see the good in it.
I think that's why when you and Black get together, it's so funny to me, because your normal is anybody else's extreme. You understand what I'm saying? Like when y'all tell me certain stories and you say that shit casually, like, "Yo, this happened yesterday," I'll be like, "What the fuck do you mean?" You know what I'm saying? Like, even like dropping your kid off to college is an adventure. Like everything is a fun, and it's just nothing to y'all. Like things that only happen.
Remember that? That was crazy. That's like.
Oh, his phone went. Yo, hey,
he muted the video real quick. He has to unmute it.
Yeah, those guys when they get together, man, they'll tell me what they did for a week, and I'll be like, people don't have that much action for like their whole life. You know what I mean? And they just laugh it off, man. It's like they're driving 120 miles an hour, but like this, it's really bugged up.
Right.
But that was
Yo, OG Ryder, you gotta unmute. You gotta put the video back on. He probably hit it with his
So yeah, so we try to have the oh shit. I'm listening to you.
With his video back on.
You trying to have the
But you know
realest
what,
talk
man, what's
possible.
so deep is that like I said, man.
Ryder's,
So
OG Ryder's phone died.
What's so powerful is that I'm going on 54, but the codes on the street and the rules on the street change. And for people who are my age, we know when it changed. And what changed everything was crack. Crack redefined cool, man. You know, and because don't take the wrong way. I know you're not gonna take the wrong way, but crack had educated, good-looking girls selling themselves for $5. You know, crack took loyalty out of the game, and it took honor out of the game. So then you had a whole generation, my generation. Don't take the wrong way, but you had crack babies, and crack babies they redefined what gangster was. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be blunt with you. I'm just gonna keep it real. We got to talk about it. We are people. We are culture. But that's where the murder came from. You know, because what did crack do? Crack robbed people of mothers and fathers. Man. You know, when I grew up in East Orange back in the 70s, late 60s. You know, hey, all of our fathers was home. You know what I'm saying? You know, and people did what they did to be cool. But there was an honor code. I mean, you wouldn't beat somebody up based on their grandmother. They tell you, I'm not going to beat you up because I know your grandmother. Oh, yeah. I ain't going to beat you up because I know your mother. There was an honor code. You knew whoever was coming in the neighborhood to sell hot stuff, they ain't stealing from nobody in the neighborhood. You know, yeah. You know, and so forth. There was honor. So then once you lost the honor, man, you know, people just became stick-up kids. Back in the day, don't take it the wrong way, but I'm from East Orange, so who stuck us up was Newark. You know what I'm saying? But basically, when they stuck you up, they would say check it in. So you had one or two things. You either checked it in, or you either got fought, you got jumped, or pistol whipped. You know, but you wouldn't get shot. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, check it in. You're not gonna check it in. You're not gonna check it in, then you're gonna get beat up. But you wouldn't get murdered over it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think you know, Hollywood had a lot to do with that too. But then people, they were proud. I mean, when I was growing up, the goal was not to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole goal, not to get caught. You know what I'm saying? And now, for a whole nother generation, going to prison was like going to college. And that's something that we have to teach. We have to teach the history thereof. And what I was telling OG Ryder is very important for him to have a good ending, a good story to tell. It's also important for him to win his crew and to bring his crew to a whole new starting era.
But that's his agenda, though.
That's what's key, man.
That's his agenda.
You know?
That's all he talk about doing. And that's the only reason why we talk. You know, the thing about crack, because I guess I can always try to find the light in the dark, is for me, you know, being 15, I was a boss. I had people working for me. I knew the concept of, you know, buying something at volume and breaking it down and selling it in profit and flipping. It made me understand independence and survival on my own. It was just like, if I could sell something illegal for a margin, why can't I sell something legal for a margin? But initially, the bad part of it is what taught me. The collateral damage of it is what made me stop. The problem is, sometimes people look at collateral damage that happens to other people and they think it can't happen to them. Even though it happens to 99.5%, every single 100% think it won't be me. But I'm the guy that's like, this is not sustainable. It happened to him, so it could definitely happen to me. I'm out. You know, and I think that's the clarity we have to have, is to get past our emotion and deal with logic. Logically, if 100 people tried it and only 99 made it, then logically, you probably will not be that one, because there's only room for one. So you might as well not do it. Or at least, if you got a certain amount of money, then stop. You know, don't think because you got away 4 times that you're going to get away 6. It means the more times you do it, the more open or exposure you have to get caught. It's just numbers. So I just always deal in logic without emotion, which was the reason why I went in the house two weeks before everybody else. It wasn't an emotional decision. I was like, logically, and that's why I'm preparing for the future.
Mr. Dash, let me ask you something. Have you ever used crack?
I sold a lot of it.
Why not? Why not?
Crack was like, for us being little, it was just looking at crack. No one wanted to be a crackhead. Like, if I see somebody, I'm a guy that's always wanted to be aspirational. So I'm not going to drive the same car a crackhead drive. I ain't going to eat the same food a crackhead eat. I ain't definitely using the same drugs a crackhead use. You know?
But the reason I asked you that, Mr. Dash, okay, because see, you know, when crack came out, I was like, I believe when I was like maybe 18, maybe 20 when crack came out. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, my friends who were drug dealers,
they were smoking woolies.
Yeah, but the thing is, they tried crack and they're like, no, we ain't doing this because it's tripping people. So they only sold crack to quote unquote fiends. You see what I'm saying? Right. But the thing is, and this is deep because let's talk about it. In other words, on the street, there's a class structure on the street. So I'm not trying to degrade anybody, but the people that I grew up with, you know, they're like, no, we're not taking this. We'll sell it, but we're not going to take it.
Right.
So what it produced, it produced a new class. You see what I'm saying? Because, don't take it the wrong way, but those crackheads had babies. And they totally changed the game because, you know, when they totally changed the game because that's when we had straight up murders in the hood. Now, I'm gonna let you know how old I am. When it wasn't until 1999 that we were hearing rumors that there was Bloods and Crips.
Yeah.
And I was in denial. I was like, no, we don't have Bloods and Crips because where I came from, you're not gonna rep an LA game on your block. You know, it's like how you gonna rep something from the West Coast and you East Coast? That alone means, don't take the wrong way. That alone means where I come from my era, you're not a man. You're not a man when you're gonna rep something that wasn't even created on your block. You know how you gonna rep something that wasn't created on your block? So basically, I was in denial until I was going to the hospital and praying for people who had been shot. I was praying for people who were shot for wearing the wrong colors. I was praying for families who lost loved ones for wearing the wrong colors in the wrong neighborhood. And this, to be honest with you, it devastated me.
Yeah.
It devastated me because it's like, it redefined from my era, it redefined what cool was, you know? Right. And it was a humbling experience, but it was a real experience. Yeah. Because you had people losing loved ones just by wearing the wrong colors. And where I came from, that didn't fit in my whole definition of what cool was. It didn't fit in my definition of what the norm was. So that alone, we had to bring change. Then you hear about white flight, but people don't talk about black flight. And what black flight was, that you had educated black people, not just educated black people, you had people who had a definition of cool, who said, I'm not living under these conditions. I'm not going to live under the conditions where my neighbor can murder me. Or where my neighbor not disciplining their child can murder me. And what's so deep, I was meditating on this, Mr. Dash, the whole crew that I talk about, that I grew up with, they either went to prison for life or they moved. They moved to Virginia, they moved to North Carolina, they moved because the whole definition of manhood and cool changed. You know what I'm saying? Manhood, when I grew up, you got to take care of your family. Don't take it the wrong way. Even if you robbed and you stole, you took care of your family. But the whole definition changed when you just going around killing people for no reason, man. You know, killing. I mean, for my generation, killing somebody for wearing a blue shirt or red shirt, yo, a life is worth more than that. You don't do that. You don't disrespect the brother's mother. You don't disrespect their grandmother. You don't disrespect their grandfather. You don't disrespect their cousins because they wore a color, man. No, brother, you don't do that, man.
Well, you know,
but you got to recognize that's the new norm. That's the new real.
Well,
but now it's changed so much now, man, that people don't even respect colors.
Well, at a certain age, you don't know no better. So that's why it kind of takes someone that people respect to give the right guidance that has already been through it. Like there's certain things that I know now that I definitely didn't know back then. You know, generally I was clear, but I got a lot clearer through the years based on experience. And that's the reason why I find it important for myself to talk and to teach, because I know how it was to be in the dark and have nobody tell me nothing and be mad about it. And my attitude would be, you can't be mad at me for making a mistake if you're not guiding me. Now, if you tell me something and I don't listen, that's one thing. But if no one's helping me and you think I'm too bad to even talk to, how you gonna be mad at what I'm doing? You expect me to know everything I just got here, you know? And when you're young, especially a man, you know, a man's brain's not even developed till he's 25. You know, you're mush up here. You know what I mean? You know, so you can't expect, you know, a boy to have the mind of a man, to be able to think about the future. What we as older people have to do is take it as our responsibility to look at children as our children, not just because we birthed them, but if we see people from our culture doing the wrong things that's younger, it's kind of hard not to be like, yo, I don't want to talk to him, he's hard-headed, he might try to disrespect me, these young niggas is disrespectful. But you got to be able to communicate to them where they can learn from you. You know, you have to speak in a language that they can understand. Sometimes you have to adjust to teach, you know, and translation is really important as well. But anyway, I think it's important that we keep talking to OG. He tells his story so people can understand the legitimacy of what he's saying when he tells you not to do it. And he wants to tell people to choose a different way. And that's why I really appreciate him. But he protects what he loves fearlessly. I can tell you that. But we got a lot to do. I wanted to do the TV show thing. We got to get on there and get everybody. We got to do it all. And Hassan and me and you. And I'm gonna call Stevie, and we'll let's talk that so we can take that and we can implement that into the show. How you doing, bro? You all right though?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I said before, Mayor Ted Green from East Orange. That's a true statesman, a true brother. You know, martial artist, everything. You know, but the love has been real. The love from you, Mr. Dash. You speaking to my daughters the other night, you know. My daughters, I got 4 daughters, 14, 13, 11, and 8. You know, you speaking to them, you greatly bless them, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, hey, bro, every death is different, you know. With my mom, I was prepared because with my mom, I couldn't go to see her in that condition. I only could see her once. My mom had dementia. And she had begun to wither away, you know. So I couldn't see my mom more than twice a week, you know, in the hospital. With my dad, I felt completely robbed, man, because he was getting better. He started to walk again, and then Corona came in. I couldn't visit him no more, you know. And it's just so much more I wanted. I mean, he was 78, you know, but there's so much I wanted to do. So it was frustrating, but. You know, hey, bro, I got to step up, you know, that's what he taught me. He taught me responsibility, so I got to step up. But I miss him, you know. And the thing is, you know, he would tell me deep things. I didn't think, he told me that when my father's father died when he was like 20.
We here.
He told me when my father died,
all here, man.
I said, all I did was, he said, I just cheated on your mom because I tried to take sex, to take it away. He told me, he said, I don't want you to choose that route. He said, when I die, I don't want you to try to make the pain go away by having a whole bunch of sex with a whole bunch of people. He said, because that don't work, you know what I'm saying? And it's conversations like that that blesses me. And my dad is, you know, I love my dad, you know. And my dad was like Magic Johnson, you know what I'm saying? My dad had HIV from back like in the late 80s, early 90s, you know what I'm saying? And my dad, he had HIV when HIV was a death sentence, you know what I'm saying? And he told me, he said, it was this girl on the job, you know, I figured she was safe because she was married, you know, she had 3 kids, she had 3 young kids, so I figured she was safe, you know? He said, but then one day, I went by my office and I saw her sniffing coke. He said, when I saw her sniffing coke off the desk, he's like, yo, I don't know what else you do. But anyway, he said that, you know, that's how he got HIV infected. And then when he found out, you know, like I said, back in the day, it was a death sentence. But he told me, he spoke to Dr. Shepard. My father always was surrounded with black professionals. He spoke to Dr. Shepard, and Dr. Shepard was like, yo, dude, man, if you want to live, you're going to have to research. So, man, my dad did all types of research. My dad would have me going to these pharmacies that was getting stuff from Africa, he did all his research, and I would pick up the stuff and bring it to my dad. You know, it's back in the day, like I said, if you had HIV, you know, ain't nobody want to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody want to touch you. And my dad, he was in corporate America, you know. And my dad, he lived to the point that HIV was no longer detectable in his blood system. But HIV with the coronavirus, that's what's really in the community, you know, and that the coronavirus that took his whole immune system out, you know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of my dad, you know, and I always told him, I said, you know, because I know there's a lot of, Mr. Dash, you know how many young kids I know, young kids that grew up in my ministry who have HIV, they ain't even 30 now. They ain't 30 today, you know, and they don't even take, some of them don't even take the medicine. I said, Daddy, I want you to speak to him. But you know, my father was old school. He's like, nah, he's like, I don't, he said, that's my privacy. That's what I have, you know. And so, you know, it's just real. And I held that and I kept that, but my father's now passed. So now I have to educate people. I have to educate people and tell them, HIV is not a death sentence, you know. Matter of fact, there's something wrong. If you die from HIV today, there's something wrong because they have medicine that can totally bring it down where your T cells will come up, will be undetectable. Like I said before, my dad, it was undetectable in his body. But once again, the coronavirus, and that's what's hitting in a community, it's a coronavirus on top of whatever you might have. You said, if you ain't got nothing, you know, you probably beat the coronavirus. But if you have other issues, you know, the coronavirus will take you out. And that's what makes me upset. Actually brings tears to my eyes. You know, I'm going out and I see young black people with no masks, no gloves on, like, you know, they invincible. They got to understand, we the ones who dying at the higher percentage rate. You know, y'all need to humble yourselves and get educated. You know, so my dad died Monday, and I'm living life without him. But my dad was a provider. My dad bought me 2 brand new Cadillacs. You know, my dad bought me my
Hey,
home.
Bishop, what I tell you though, hey, Mr. Bishop, what I
So
told
he made
you,
up for
man.
all the things that
I told you here for a reason, man.
he did in his youth. And, you know, he told me after my mother died, you know, he's like, look, I'm going to tell you something, you know, I ain't the guilty one. Your mother was a B-I-T-C-H.
Hey, OG,
You know,
OG was trying to tell you something. I got
heard
OG.
his side of the story, you know.
I had OG real quick. He was trying to tell you something. What you were saying, OG?
OG, Bishop, I'm right here, man. I'm listening to you, brother.
But you said something. You were saying something?
Oh, yeah, I had texted you, son, and told you your purpose, though. You know, your purpose now is just give the wisdom that you got to the young brothers like myself and help us lead, you know?
I hear you, man. Hey, look. Hey, OG Ryder, man, I already told you, bro. I still want you to meet, and Mr. Dash, I want to set up a Zoom with other people, you know, Righteous Ron, you know what I'm saying? Haitian Mob, you know, because I really do believe, well, I don't believe, I know, a movement is starting, you know? We got to wake up, especially now, man, with this, you know, quarantine. We all forced to be inside, you know? My family, my wife and my kids have not been out for over a month. But we're forced to dig down deep to what really is important, you know? And I definitely know that a movement is starting, you know? I know that with all my heart, with all my soul, you know? And so forth. And I'm down. And Mr. Dash, you know, we were speaking, I mean, can't go into detail, but we coming with a 10-year plan to come up with taking the White House, you know?
Always.
I mean, so I need everybody to know that we are actively working to bring a real change to the nation, to the world, to the economies. And what's so deep is that I was telling OG Ryder, you know, to get a haircut is outlaw, but you know, my barbers are Muslims, you know what I'm saying? My Muslim brothers, you know, I build with them, you know? And so forth. Shout out to Malik and Khalil, you know, so forth, and Dawood, you know. But the thing is, it's not what religion you are, it's you being real. Because I know so many religious people who are not being real that their religion is fake. You know, to me, there's so many people who are a part of religion, regardless of what religion is, but if it ain't working for you, just be honest enough that it ain't working. You know,
That's right.
I mean, we need to do that.
That's what everything.
Religion is about heart. It is about being truthful. As long as we can be truthful with one another, we can bring lasting change, you know, and recognize that other people have used religion to manipulate us, to enslave us, to indoctrinate us, and to keep us broke when we feel that that's the will of the Heavenly Father for us to be broke, you know? No, man, that ain't the will. It's the will of the Heavenly Father for us to, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, you know? And we have to do that, you know? In order to bring change, we have to bring it. That's the whole story about Christ, you know? He said, I got to come into the world in order to change the world. So us being in the world, we got to bring change to the world. That's what we have to do. And I know that we're doing that. Mr. Dad, you ain't afraid to be incorporated. You ain't afraid, you know, to go hand to hand and toe to toe with corporate America. You ain't afraid to go with the change. The fastest way to make money is movies. Yeah. No, that's why the kids got into movies. You'll see all rich people get into movies because that's the fastest way to get a return on your money.
Hey, that goes back to what you're saying, but
stocks and bonds. I mean,
I get that question a lot.
That's just
What?
And Mr. Dash, that's
people ask me one day, man, like, you know, how you can be Muslim and you're blood.
People need something to take some away. And we look at the Kennedys. The Kennedys went into the movies. Joseph Kennedy went into the movies during the Great Depression. Because it's during the Great Depression that people need an escape. And right now it's during coronavirus that people need an escape.
Well,
so
that's that. I'm right here. We right here.
Money from home. Yo, y'all squad, y'all nation, they on it.
All right,
They're on it, man.
so we're gonna take this time to be productive, and we already doing a lot. And I got OG here, but he erased there. I would try to get it back. Let's get back on another time so we can get a regular conversation and take it from there, because I'm like this. But one last thing, OG was saying people want to know, ask him a lot, how you gonna be a blood and you're a Muslim? So what you were saying?
Oh, you get that shit a lot, man. But that goes like what Bishop was saying, it's fake and real within everything. But like I always tell people, you know, I don't believe in blood. I believe in Allah. Your religion is what you believe in. You believe in God. You're a damn fool if you believe in a flag. A flag is just what it is. I represent it. I'm a leader of it. You smell me? So you can never get that shit confused, man.
Right. So, you know, again, it's too difficult. So we're going to wrap it up. Enjoy the day. Stay on OG. And, you know, conversations with a different kind of bishop. Always.
Oh, yeah. You know, the movie gonna break down all that for everybody, though, Bishop. You dig? That's what level 7, the opening 4th, that's what it's about. That's what it's going to be about. To give education, man, to what people don't
all right,
know.
y'all. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm going to roll down.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
hit me up, bro. I'm out.
No, OG, stay on. What's up?
What's up? You already know, man. So we do. I
So,
see
OG,
that. You know, the movie gonna touch bases on a lot of that shit, though. Hey, I was really wanting to get down on man. I wanted people to know, like, you ain't never even know that day when bro brought me to your house. Remember when I just escaped the feds? Like, we was getting to that for the phone died.
Yeah, all type of shit was going on. I didn't know you was on it.
Yo, real nigga shit is crazy, right? Cause look, he taking nephew to get signed in college, bro. That was never supposed to go down. Man, I ducked them pussies. He brought me right to you. You looking at my face like, huh? No, I said, yeah. Just beat him. They took everything. Range, jury,
What are y'all talking about?
lost it all, bro.
I thought y'all was dropping
I
nephew to
came here
college.
in your
What
face like
happened?
this shit happened. And yo, bro, that shit got weird fast. Like, look, we pull up to the college, right? So I go in the store, bro. Like, I'm about to go in here and enroll nephew. I'm like, I get it. You know me, want to smoke all damn day. I'm sitting in the car. I said, I ain't got no blunts. So I haul ass to the gas station right next door. I drive over that motherfucker, bro. I'm going in there, right? Man, I'm at the gas station. I get out the car. I'm inside the Range Rover. I go inside the car, inside the gas station. But I noticed, like, the red light, it didn't turn red, green, red again. It's this black truck ain't leave. I noticed that shit when I went inside the gas station store. So my instincts kick in like, hold up, man. Why they ain't moved yet? You smell me? So I still did for a second. Man, like 3-4 cop cars just pulled in the gas station out of nowhere, bro. Bum rushed the car. They thinking I'm still in the car. I'm in the gas station like, oh, in the store, I played it off. So I paid for something, bought something else, just waste time like that. I hope they gonna come in here. I'm looking for a back door. Ain't no back door. It's about 50 goddamn police cars out here, bro. No bullshit, man. I slid my ass out that side door, bro. Just hit a side street. Like, when I hit the side street, I hear the helicopters, everything coming. I don't know why they don't go down the street. I got on my cell phone, called, bro. He inside the school now, rolling nephew. He like, huh? I said, bro, you got to come the fuck outside and get me. He like, come get you. I said, yeah, man, the feds on me. He said, what you mean? I'm here doing college for nephew. I said, bro, the feds outside on my ass, bro. Come get me. Yo, he leave out the college like, all right, here I come. So he leave out and come get me. Boom. He been in the corner this whole time. I'm just sitting on the porch, bro. I don't know how they ain't come get me. They ain't see me. I'm sitting in broad daylight just on the porch, like tall as shit. Like, man, ain't nowhere to run, though. I had to wait for bro. He pull up, man, like, get in. I hop in, man. I said, where we going? He said, we going to Dane.
Yo, I was expecting a nice college story. We dropped nephew off to college and this. Y'all came with that story. That shit was like, where Black at? He right there?
Yeah, he right here. We blew you up with that. We pulled up on you, played it all the way G, like ain't nothing happening. What's going on, baby? Another day in the city.
It was another day in the hood, man.
Another day in the hood.
Black, what's good?
Tripping.
You already know, General. This is
Alright.
another day.
Hey, Black.
Yo,
Black, they don't know we known each other since we was like 15, right?
come on, man. They if they don't know, they better know.
They don't know. Paid in full. You was one of the writers of Paid in Full.
Exactly. You know?
You know?
Exactly. The blessing of it all is they might not know that, but it's a classic. And that's what we wanted to do from day one, make it a classic.
Yeah, but you know, if we made a classic.
That was the goal, right? You said
that was the goal.
You said knock it out of the park, and that's where it went, right?
Absolutely. Yo, I just seen Claudie B on this shit somewhere.
All right, dude.
I don't know where he at.
At.
Yo, you know we gotta talk about
you know
someday. We gotta talk about the best out. We at the parties and all that. Niggas don't know about the best out.
Yo, before the best out, bro. I'm like,
CBO.
Hold up, before the best out. Why do you always say that, Dave? Like, if you really would have known all that, I was a blood leader, all that, you wouldn't have fucked with me?
Nah.
Hey, but look, that was a lesson though. You know, everybody history don't predict their presence or their future. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people change, and he was intelligent from day one. That's one thing we couldn't take from him.
If I don't know somebody, I don't know what's coming with all of that. If I hear all that, you know, you don't know. So I got enough dudes in my life that are dangerous. A lot. Me and Black got enough, mother. We can't. My it's enough, you know. And so it's like I got, you know what I mean. So it's just luggage comes with that. But you know, he didn't bring his luggage.
You're right. but his intelligence shined through, and
Nice
and it superseded anything else that I heard about him.
No, I did.
That was, that was just word
Well,
of mouth.
more than anything, he's a good friend, and that's what's good. That's what it is. It don't
Exactly,
matter.
man.
Like I don't judge my friends by their jobs or their careers or who they hang out with or what kind of car they drive. I judge my friends on how good they are as people. And you a good dude, which is why you still alive. And you would never co-sign someone else that isn't a good dude.
Exactly.
You don't fuck with guys that ain't good dudes.
We ain't gonna bring no harm to the table, man. It's all love.
But also a lot of people understand, like, we have a circle of people that we knew all over the country that just think the same. And, sometimes some of us are doing better than others, but that's what a circle is. When you up, I'm up. When I'm down and you up, I'm good, and all of that. And whenever I have real issues and shit, I go back to Jay Black and all. That's my real family. You know what I mean? That's who I can trust more than anything.
Always, man. We here for each other, brothers, to the end, my G. OG, with him at the table now, we got a three-headed monster. Yeah. He ain't he bring a lot of insight to things that we wasn't socially aware with.
A whole generation. By the time with that whole thing, I was already gone. So that's why everything he'd been telling me about it was like the first time I was ever hearing about a lot of it. I didn't know all of these things. You know what I mean? I didn't understand it. Right. But also I know if people understand it, they'll know they might not want to fuck with that because it's real.
Hey, I remember that day in the car you said, "Man, you blood."
Yo, what you got against blood, homeboy?
I have nothing against blood. I just didn't know if it was a lot of bloods out there, and it was a language that was being spoken that he understood that I didn't. So I was like, Black, I know you a long time. I didn't know you was a blood. Like, what the fuck? I just didn't know. But he's not. I'm not saying he is, but I didn't know.
Bro, it's all love, man. It's all love and respect. I respect men. And then
you see all that red and shit he got on.
You be a man first.
You see what it is, though, right there?
No, it ain't.
What's all that? Black? Is that a coincidence? What's going on? OG don't even wear that much red.
You see all that shit going on,
Dave?
Hold
on, Dave. Wait, we're going to cut it with the blue. You see the blue right here?
Okay.
You see?
Hold up. Hey, I know you have blue on too.
God damn it. I'm neutral, nigga.
Yo.
He talking about
He said, no, I got blue.
Yo, but Black, you know what I'm really happy about? I love your real estate business. Brother? The real estate business.
Yes, sir.
I love every time I talk to you, you building a new house and you ain't doing no bubblegum shit. And
ain't no time for that, man.
Anytime me and you talk, it's about getting some real serious business money all the time. That's all we talk about,
man. Legacy, man. We did our thing. It's time to break the generational curse, man. Leave some money, man.
Yeah, because Black, you from 40th, and 40th is real. 40th, 42nd. Woo!
Boy, danger zone, man. They said 39th the danger zone. 40th is the wolves. It is 40 wolves. You just raised with a whole different breed. And I wouldn't want to be raised nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? It made you.
But through it all, you still always stay a good, solid, stand-up guy. You never part of the bubblegum shit though.
And that ain't my claim to fame. I'm gonna leave something that's forever lasting, not play. They ain't gonna talk about me in the play. Like, so that nigga was a real one.
You been the bubblegum Hall of Fame.
You heard my man say, I ain't going in the bubblegum Hall of Fame.
Nah, not the bubblegum Hall of Fame.
A lot of dudes gonna go in the bubblegum Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah. A lot of them gonna go in the bubblegum Hall of Fame.
Yeah, a lot of them ain't doing that. Bubblegum Hall of Fame, man.
Hey, Black, but also you opening up the centers and all that for the kids and shit. You done put people through schools and professional athletes and all that. Like, a guy like you is important in these times because people listen to you and you advise them and help them do the right shit though. So you had the basketball program, all that shit. Like when I went down south, the newspaper came because of all the stuff you had done. You understand what I'm saying? So you know you got to take credit for
Hey,
that
hey,
shit too.
that
You know what I
I
mean?
gotta give that.
Like
I
niggas
gotta
don't
get
know
that
what
back to
OG.
140. Get that back to 140th Street, man. They did all that for me. They showed me how to incorporate your community and your block association and how to build strong communities. So I just bought it. I bought it down south, man. You know,
But
and
that's what
spread
a
the
real,
wealth. That's it.
but that's what a real OG does. He opens up schools. He opens up programs. He makes sure that the younger people don't do the same shit that they had to do, and that's the shit you be on. And that's the only circle I got around me. Strong niggas that help. You know what I'm saying? But tell me,
To
you
me,
gonna tell her.
it's more or less is a blessing to be able to do it. You know, that's
Like,
that's
they black.
that's
They black.
that's the gift. Hey, Rob.
They black. You see Rocky?
Yeah, I see Rob. How you doing, Mama? Her phone froze up.
She passed me some raw string beans.
Oh,
He said, "What is these?
Sugar snap peas.
Sugar
oh
snap peas. Don't
Lord.
know about sugar snap peas?
Come on, bro. We know
Whatever
about
it is, I know she's taking care of you. You in
nigga
good
beans.
hands.
You don't eat nigga
Oh yeah,
beans.
I'm gonna
You
take
know,
your hand.
you know we eat Chick-fil-A over here.
We eat nigga beans.
Y'all gotta stop that shit. Oh look, this Claudia be right there. Black, look.
You gonna stop? When we supposed to stop eating nigga beans?
Black.
Cause you veggie?
What's up, my
Jay
brother?
Black. Look, this
Yo,
Claudia be right
yo,
there. Look.
I see B.
Still,
B, what up, B?
you ain't got this. The thing ain't on you at the wall. You pointing at the wall.
How you doing? Okay, I got it.
Yeah, switch the phone.
Yeah.
Switch.
Hey,
You
B,
said,
what's up, my G?
beans, sticky beans, man. We eat nigga beans.
Nah, bro. That's the shit that make us. That's why. That's the reason why niggas is dying right now, because their immune systems is fucked up because they eat all that Chick-fil-A.
I'm on that CMOS, baby. My immune system is ready.
All
I'm
right.
ready, baby.
Yo,
I
you know
got
we got.
that.
Yo,
I
we
got
gotta
that
do the.
ginger and that turmeric and all that. That black seed oil.
Yo, we gotta do the best out movie, bro. We gotta do that.
That'd be hard.
We gotta get my man B on the phone, baby.
You tell him to check
You know
in. Check in. Get on, B. Claude,
get
I'm
on
ready
in,
to get
man.
on. But yo, what my thing is, Black, while everybody's sitting home, I feel like, you know, it's time to step up that hustle. Everybody worried. You know, we got to stop waiting on people to give us answers and start motherfucking making solutions. You got to stop asking questions and start, like, you know, I'm working every day, bro. You know, if you look at, you saw I sent you the comedy shit. Every day I'm
Yeah.
putting out new content. I'm hustling, bro. I'm stepping it up. My numbers is up.
Hey, bro.
I'm coming out of this stronger.
You hear me? My pops, he sent me a script. He sent me the original paper soldier strip. And you know who phone number I got on top of the script?
Cool.
That
Muskogee?
motherfucking Kevin Hart.
You
Kevin
lying.
Hart. He the only person number I got on top. I'm gonna send you a picture of it. That was his phone number when he was with Tory.
So you know, Tori be over here. You know, she in all the other shit. Tori with us. She be doing shit with us all the time.
I bet Tory know that number that's on top of the script paper.
Is it the one that Charlie Murphy wrote?
Yeah, yeah.
The Charlie Murphy
remember,
original?
Yeah, the original, the one you had me going over to Charlie house and we was revising with the characters.
Oh,
exactly.
let me see
I got
that.
the original script. I got it in the mail yesterday. I got it. And I got a phone number on top. It said Kev. It didn't even say Kevin Hart. It said Kev in his phone number. That shit crazy. See that. I got it. I'm gonna see.
Might have to make that up. You know, in about a week, I start about 2 weeks. Shit, the New North. The New North movie we was doing.
Oh yeah. You finished looking at it, going over it?
Are we going over it? That's what I'm saying. We're gonna start because I gotta finish these 2 things and then it's that. It's right up there. It'll be done in the next month.
Man, that's a good movie, man. We need to get that out to the world, man. Put that up on the network.
Now we got it. Yo, you read Kev's book yet?
Kev got a book out?
What? The crack era? You didn't read it?
Oh, yeah. You told me about the crack era. No, I didn't read the crack era. I didn't read it yet, man.
Nah, that shit good, bro. It's good.
It's good?
It's real good.
Scale of 1 to 10.
10 so far.
10?
Because the reason why is because he really paint the picture of what it was like in Harlem and the mentality and shit. You
Free
know what I mean?
slave, B. He painted a good picture, you said.
Yeah, like, you know, like even before, you know, like his uncle in the Bronx. It's good. It's dope. It's real dope. Shout out to Kev Childs and Fayback and all that. Don Diva.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's dope.
I
I ain't finished with it yet. I'm in the like 150. The shit is hard though. Shit is hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I gotta dive in. I'm gonna read that.
Yeah. But you know, we definitely gonna do. We got to do Paid in Full Part 2.
And then wait till I see you this Paper Soldiers original
Man, send that,
script,
man.
man.
Send that.
Did you say Paid in Full Part 2?
Paper
Yes, I
Soldiers
did.
original.
You ain't say Paid in Full Part 2.
We definitely doing that, and we could do Paper Soldiers Part 2 and Paid in Full Part 2. We could do that.
That's what I'm talking about. Want it all back, like all that shit.
That's always the plan.
Said the Paid in Full 3, the Fritz story.
That's the oh yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad story. That wouldn't be a bad story.
Story's a good story.
That was a great man. Yeah, that was a great man.
Fritz was 100.
Yeah, Fritz was 100. He came out 100, went out 100.
Okay. Only 100 stories over this way. I can't say no 100 stories. Everybody got to be deuced over this way, man.
Nah, you know.
So you know, the thing is, Black, all the things that we personally store that we ain't got to go through, we only survive them so people can learn from them, and we just gonna make movies about them. We ain't even got to come outside no more. But shit, your stories alone would be crazy. My stories alone is crazy. OG Ryder's stories is crazy. We got too many stories to tell, bro. From the people that really lived it.
He's up the back now, man. I told him hit it out the park.
Oh yeah, we're gonna level 7 it real quick. You know, definitely. I'm gonna release the OG stories next. I think this week, bro.
That's what we waiting on, bro. So we can really turn up, man. So I can get the streets what they want, dang. Up the bat is what you got next. That real shit, man. Authenticity.
Well,
everything I live.
It's those authentic experiences that everyone can learn from, coming from the people that actually did it and learned from it.
Like that.
But you got to, like you said, your ending is a great ending and your beginning is a great beginning. We're gonna keep it like that. You know?
You know what I like best about it? Like, really, I want to share with people, man, on the inside of the gang unit. Like, a lot of dudes ain't never seen that the inside. A lot of people portray that image like they did, but out here, they leading on a bad perception because they ain't giving what's real. They ain't never really lived that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I really want the authenticity of that to be spoken about so people really get a good inside look at what's real.
I bet you when they see the real, a lot of people will choose not to do it. I bet you that.
Indeed. And that's what we're about. Really want to show them. I know they won't. I believe out of 100%, 70%, man, that's claiming themselves banging nowadays, bro. And they really was go through that shit, the real gang unit that I'm in, that I've been through. Dudes wouldn't want that. You're going to choose non-active. It don't make you a coward. It just make you smart because you know what you up against. That shit ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But people take it the wrong way and they think they really want that shit. But you really don't want that, man.
I can dig it.
You ain't got to force it.
Absolutely.
So I know that the movie going to be a hit, man. And what you think about, what would you, like, Black said it ain't no comparing that. Like, in the synopsis, Paid in Full, then you got your boys in the hood and whatnot, right? Well, bro said ain't no comparing that, man. It stick out to itself.
It's boys in the hood mixed with Paid in Full.
That's what you would say?
You said it.
Yeah. You see that?
Yeah.
Boys in the hood mixed with Paid in Full.
You know, it's Paid in Full with gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
your stories is real. Not many motherfuckers would have really shot at the mayor and did time for it, and I think it'd be good if you guys could have a conversation at some point too.
Yeah, I would love to speak to him like face to face nowadays to really give him he did a lot, man. That dude Cory Booker shut shit down. He tried to. You know, a lot of mayors come in office and act like they trying to do shit. Say they gonna promise this, stop the gang shit, stop drugs. But when you really get down to the nitty gritty, a lot of people don't get active with it. That dude really got outside his character, man. He really like was out there, bro, jumping out with gang unit, jumping out, putting people up on the wall, man. He was active. I ain't never seen no mayor do that.
Yeah, it's true. That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
Well,
No
it's
mayor
good
don't get
years
down like
later.
that.
Y'all can talk. That should be dope.
Indeed. This to like really let him know what he done. He done a good thing. He helped open up our eyes to a lot.
I mean, if a person that was squeezing the trigger at him can say that about him, I think that's an evolution, you know, and that shows that there could definitely be a common ground. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Indeed.
all right, man. So, you know, we got the movie. We're gonna do we got the OG stories, we edited up. Your story, your movie. We're gonna keep talking, you're gonna keep teaching. The world needs to see what my family looked like, and this is what it looked like. So, you know, let's go. I've been keeping y'all on the low for a minute. Y'all been trying to get out the light. I've been trying to get
Salute.
Lakeith. I've been
You
trying
already know.
to get Black to come outside for a minute.
That's real. That's
Salute.
real.
I, think-
I had to bring him out.
I finally got Black outside. All
I
right.
had to bring him out.
Salute.
I had to go bring him out, my nigga.
OG, I'm glad he put. Hey, Black, I'm glad OG brought you around. So every time you come out.
Every time we come out,
Salute.
man.
Salute, General.
All right, yo, please stay out of trouble.
No doubt, yo.
Please,
Do
I
what
know
you
I'm gonna
do,
call
brother.
here a funny story, man.
All right.
Stay,
Hit us
stay
up,
in the
man. You
house.
already know, man.
Stay in the
here.
house, man.
We here, man.
All right, love y'all.
Love you too, man.
bro.
One.
My nigga.
All right.